Hello and welcome back to Sonic Adventure 2. We're continuing on with the second missions in this episode, taking on the more problematic stages in the game, so the shooters and also the stages that are prone to crashing. I will tell you now, this episode might be a little choppy. If you see some sort of rough cuts coming in and out, that means I had a crash and I had to deal with it. So let's just try to do this as smoothly as possible. Let's get these kart racing stages out of the way and move on to something better. If you kind of do this the whole time, it makes you go faster, but I would rather have the control for this, quite frankly. Because with the kart racing stages, you can't go back. If you miss the rings, you missed them, and they're gone, and you just have to get them next time. I'm gonna try not to do that. Rings. No! Oh. I am not good at these racing stages. That's alright. The stages themselves are kind of fun. They're just, like, really high pressure. Because, like, I've been going slow, but that means my timer's not doing so well. So now I'm kind of hoping I actually make it to the next checkpoint in time, which I think I'm going to. Yeah, I'll be fine. That becomes a real problem in hard mode, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Poor Tails is going in slow motion. Alright, we're almost there. We're gonna be fine. Probably not gonna be an A rank, but we're gonna be okay. Good. A ranking these kart racing oh, again! Again with the 99! But yeah, getting A ranks on the kart racing stages is kind of a nightmare. You have to be really precise and really perfect. Okay. What time did we get? A rank! Okay, you know what? I take it back. You don't have to be super perfect with at least the M2s for these. Okay. Moving on to the next kart racing level, 280.
Is this the stage you would like to go to?
Alright. And I will try to savor this level for as long as I can, because it's the last kart racing level that's going to be any sort of reasonable. Oh, I missed a bunch of those. Darn it. Okay. Trying to keep as much control as I can when I know there's rings coming up. So, like, I'll drift a bit here where I know there's no rings, but I don't want to be drifting when the rings are coming, because then it's really hard to actually collect them. Honestly, if I was just going for this on my own, I mean, maybe for an M2 it wouldn't matter, but if I was trying to do one of the levels where the timing is a little bit more tight, I would have reset as soon as I didn't get all of those rings at the beginning. And maybe that's just me being a perfectionist, but I feel like that kind of thing is necessary with these levels. Use that speed boost here. Probably not going to get the full effect of it, because I want to slow down so I can get rings. Actually, I did get the whole speed boost there. Not bad. Okay, trying to slow down a little so I can get these. Very good. Okay. Okay, we're doing fine for time. Get a pin. Whoop. I like hitting the cars. It's fun. It's just a little something that you can do in video games that you can't do in real life. Or at least you shouldn't do in real life. And theoretically you could, but you really shouldn't. Darn it, I only have one of those. Come on, Rouge, step on it. Oh, my poor sad game. My poor sad game. Oh boy. Come on, come on, come on, get those, get those. Alright. We're almost out of here. 2 more strings of rings should do it. Oh, looking at my time, I doubt I'm gonna get an A rank. Although the timing is different between the 2 stages, so we'll see. But... oh, that was a mistake. Oh, that was a mistake. I should not have done that. Okay. I almost threw myself off the edge there. In case anybody didn't catch that, I boosted at a really bad time. Alright, gonna get this balloon, so that's a guaranteed. Oh! That was more rings than I thought it would be. Alright, so we did it.
Did you find Tails?
Eggman. Oh, still an A rank, okay. Eggman just lagged out speaking in the background.
Leave it to me.
Alright, so what's going to happen here is I'm going to start doing some of these shooting stages. Depending on how well they run and how stable they are, we're either going to go right into it, or you're going to see a cut right here. Mission Street, starting off strong with my least favorite shooter level. Let's get it out the way early. Okay. Again, apologies for the bugginess. There's really nothing I can do about it. I will absolutely... Oops. That's fine, I barely had any rings. I will absolutely not be offended if people decide that they don't want to watch this one and just skip past. Because, quite frankly, I don't know if I'd want to watch an episode like this. But I didn't want to skip stuff. That didn't feel right. There's like an entire third of the game that's shooter stages. Like, I can't just, like, not do it. So it's here if people want to deal with the bugginess and watch it any way they can. And if not, then, well, I understand. Mission Street. Let's get these rings. Yeah, oh, missed one. Oh, boo. I'm pretty sure there's some rings back here. Yes, there are. Uh-oh. If you guys can hear that buzzing, that's actually my computer making noise. It's been doing that lately. I'm just gonna deal with it because this episode is already messed up as it is. But I need to get that repaired. I'm kind of hoping that with all of, like, the explosion sound... No, there it is. I'm kind of hoping with, like, all the noise that's in the shooter levels, it's not going to be super obvious that my computer is, like, trying to take off. But, again, I'm sure that's probably picking up on the camera. Although I'm sure it sounds worse for me than it does for anybody listening. But, yeah, that's what that is. I've already had problems where I've, like, had to not record certain days because my computer was just, like, making noises. And the thing is, it'll make the noises for a couple days, and then, like, when I actually get the time to go take it in, it's not making the noises anymore. So I don't know what to do. Although at this point, it's making them so consistently that I think I'm just gonna take them into the shop, take it into the shop, and just be like, here's a recording of the noise that it's made. It's not making it now. I don't know how to make it make the noise. What can you do to fix it? Maybe I'll just have them, like, replace the cooling system or something. Because I actually already got it taken in. I replaced the fans, and that helped. Because it was making worse noises more consistently before I got the fan replaced. But, like, it's still doing it. There's zero performance issues. It's not running slow. I'm not having any of that sort of problem, so I don't think it's, like, something wrong with the hard drive or anything like that. But I don't know. It's scary when a laptop makes noises, because I don't know that much about computers, but I do know there's not that many moving parts on a laptop. So it's either going to be the fan, the hard drive, or the optical drive. And if it's the fan, it's easy. If it's one of the drives, then you've got a bit of a problem. But hopefully it's as simple as, like, getting a cooling system fixed. Please don't hit me, thank you. Yeah, because he replaced the fan, he did not replace any of, like, the cooling gel or any of, like, the heat sink or anything like that. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe just the cooling system itself isn't running super well, and that if he replaces some parts there, then it'll just sort of fix the problem. Because this isn't an old computer. It's old enough that it's out of warranty, of course, but it's not old enough that I want to buy a new one. Not that I ever want to, buy a whole new computer, but, eventually you have to replace them. This is not an old enough computer that I should be having to replace it. God. Oh! I'm trying to avoid the missiles, that's why I'm going so slow. I'm really trying not to get hit by the rockets from the planes. Come on. God. Nothing like added pressure. Okay, we're good. I can't help but feeling that I really should have more rings than this by now. And I think if I go along that way, there's, like, other platforms to the left, but this is the route that I know, so I'm just gonna do this the slow way. What's back here? I think that's just a rocket for that Phoenix. Let them do their thing. Do not want to get hit with 98 rings. Although with how things have been going so far, that would be pretty appropriate. Ugh. Oh god. Come on, I'm so close. I'm so close. Oh, thank goodness. There, you can really hear the humming of my computer now. This is actually better than it usually is. Okay. So just like before, assuming everything works fine, we're just gonna continue on. And if something crashes or goes wrong, then you're gonna see a cut right about now. Iron Gate. One of my favorite shooting stages. Nice for a change of pace. I'd much prefer to be here than somewhere like Mission Street. Although, I think this stage is the buggiest out of all of them, so that's not great. Were there really no rings before that first checkpoint? Huh. I think there's rings back here. Either that or a Chowkey. Yeah, it's just a Chowkey. Darn it, come on! I know I said I like this stage, but that doesn't mean I want to be stuck in here for 5 minutes. Rings? Anything? Okay, we got 15. I'd like to get 20, because I need 20 to get rings from the next checkpoint. Come on. Alright. I've got the hover, I'm just going down. I'm not waiting. Okay, now we can get a ring bonus from the checkpoint. I am fairly certain I've seen people finish the stage right there, so I must have missed something big. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'm seeing that's a ring box. Good. Alright. Good. The voices in this stage for the Japanese are really different. They're like super panicked. I might show that off at some point, just switch to Japanese voices just like for the sake of it. Because why not? Every now and then when I play this game again, I'll throw the Japanese voices on and go through that way. Purely because I can, just for a change of pace. Because not a lot of games, especially these days, have the Japanese voices in the game. Prison Lane, one of my favorite stages. Kind of a nice break after some of the stuff that I've been going through. Some of the stress. Technically, this is still kind of stressful because you have to get your first 100 rings without getting hit. But seeing as I've done a ring perfect without getting hit, I think I'll probably be okay. Don't know if I can do it with a good rank, because all my practice with the ring perfect was, not with a time limit. You can go as slow as you want. But I think we can probably make this happen. Alright. There's some nasty places in this stage, which I had trouble with the ring perfect as well. Places where enemies drop down, like right here. Places where enemies fly through tunnels, and that's what I've always had the most trouble with, is the enemies flying through the small tunnels. But I think we'll be alright. At least nothing's going to surprise me anymore, because I've been through this stage. Oh, like right here, that's bad. There's going to be another one coming through. Gonna back up. Okay, that was like a major problem for me whenever I try to do this. And we should get, we got rings from that checkpoint there. Coming up here is going to be another problem, another potential problem. Yep, there he is. Alright, he's gone. A lot of this process is kind of the same as, the process for doing a ring perfect. It's just you gotta go fast if you actually care about your ring. Pretty sure there's rings back here. Come on. There we go. I hit him much other. Another reason I know this stage pretty well. Yeet! That's a little speedrun trick. Another reason I like this, or I know this stage so well, is because I come here very often to grind for Chaos Drives. I come here or to Iron Gate with Eggman, but I come here more often because I like the music better. But it's just easy to control what kind of Chaos Drives you'll get. Like, say for example, I'm trying specifically to get a Swim Chow for whatever reason. I can very easily just avoid, say, that red Chaos Drive because of power, and just pick up the yellow Chaos Drives. Who knows if that's actually an efficient way of doing this or not, but it's, it's what I do. And I'm pretty sure that I could already have it by now. I don't exactly know where I lost rings. I don't know if there's like a ring box or something. But I'm pretty sure that I've seen people, like, as soon as they pick up the ring box next to the shield, that's where it ends for them. And I think I've done that too. But, oh, come on! Why is this the theme that's been happening? I'm sensing a B rank.
I did it!
That's alright, at least we're out. Yeah, B.
Very good!
I know where there are some rings. There was that Chow box, the Chow key that I showed off during the Ring Perfect, but as far as I know, you don't have to get those and you can still get the A rank, but oh well.
Is this the stage you would like to go
Okay, what's next? Weapons bed. I don't think this stage is all that difficult, if I remember correctly. I know it's really easy to get points. I don't know how easy it is to get rings. But I'm pretty sure as long as you're, like, on top of shooting everything, this shouldn't be so bad. Alright. Let's go! I like this song quite a bit, too. You can see I'm, like, barely even trying, and I'm still getting, like, super high scores for combos. Pretty sure there's rings in here? Yep. There's just gonna be, like, piles of rings like this that are around. Not in there. But, yeah, I'm fairly certain as long as I just, like, constantly shoot, and I'm really good about, like, hovering when I know there's gonna be explosions like that, I think I'll probably be okay for this level. We'll see. Oop. I do like how much of this level is destructible, basically for no reason. Like, there's no reason you'd ever need to destroy those green crates, but you can, and I appreciate that you can. It just makes things feel a little bit more, I don't know, like Eggman's just here to just, whoops, to just sort of mess stuff up, because he can, because he's Eggman. Out of spite, not just because it's part of the plan. I really like Eggman as a character, especially in the adventure games, and especially in Adventure 2. Because in Adventure 1, I mean, he was fine, and his voice actor was doing the best that he could with what he got, but the voice acting was so weird in that game that I like it so much better in Adventure 2. Not for all the characters, mind you, but at least Eggman, I think, has a really, really good voice actor. His Japanese voice actor is, like, super intense. You'll hear that later. Alright, rockets going off in the background. I'm trying to be careful with what I say, although with something like this, it's a little bit hard. Because I have had, is it either 3 or 4 videos taken down for community guideline strikes specifically tied to violent criminal organizations. And I'm sure that just by saying that, this one's probably going to go down too. My appeals have all been granted within minutes. It's very clearly an error. But boy, it was obnoxious. And every time it happens, I get worried that I'm just not going to be able to continue this series anymore. Because obviously it has something to do with Eggman. But, like, I can't just cut the Eggman parts out of the series. You can't just do that. It's Sonic. Very strange. But, nah, it's just part of uploading the series at this point.
Is this the
Okay, so far so good. Sand Ocean. We already know how I feel about Sand Ocean. We're just gonna take it easy. I'm just gonna relax as much as we can through all this, I think. The one thing the stage does have going for it is it is kind of relaxing. I think it's the wrong kind of stage to be relaxing. I think it's probably not intended to be a relaxing stage, but you can kind of just zone out with this one. Excuse me. I am looking forward to the Mission Freeze quite a bit. There's a lot less stress because you can actually use the checkpoints and it doesn't matter if you get hit. And also, they take you to remote areas of the levels that you wouldn't even necessarily know to look for unless you had an objective to look for them. But we'll get to that when we get there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of the M2s, I'm going to go through the M3s, and then I'm going to do the Chow break. I've been working on that in the background, but because of the amount of, like, real-world time that goes into that, it's not the kind of thing that I can just sit down and, like, film and be ready and, like, have everything done in one sitting. There's, like, a lot of back and forth. So if you see my lives and my rings change throughout these episodes, that's because I've been doing Chow stuff. I've been, you know, buying stuff, maybe grinding rings, maybe going through levels and, like, more likely gaining lives than losing lives. But if I have to do any ring grinding, sort by items or something, then that's gonna raise my life count. So, sorry that's inconsistent. That always kind of bothers me with stuff, but I know a lot of people just don't care. Alright, we're almost there. We're getting there. Maybe I should have saved these levels for last so I could do some sort of like a victory lap. Okay. I'm sure I could be doing this a lot faster. But it's fine. Whoa. This is a stage that I would hate to try and do without hover. Not being able to... There we go. Yeah, not being able to hover actually makes this stage pretty scary. And that's an A rank.
Now you know why I am the best.
Relaxing level indeed. It's one of the easier A ranks for M2s, I think.
Is this the stage?
Okay, cruising on over to Hidden Base, a stage that I actually like. Although a little bit more stressful than Sand Ocean.